Argentina. A second goal for Ortega, an absolute quality.
This was Holland's crisis in their second round against Yugoslavia. It was 1-1 at the time.
But here's Davids. They don't stay any longer.
And Holland have always got this guy. But is he lucky to be playing today? David Beckham might have cause to think so. Alan, Martin and Ali are with us for this one. Well, 20 years ago, these two countries met in the final itself in Buenos Aires.
This afternoon, one man on Holland's bench will be especially hungry for victory. Johan Neeskens, today Gus Hiddink's assistant. 20 years ago, a player in perhaps the most Argentina kept Holland waiting that day 10 minutes on the pitch before making their ticker tape entrance, and then objected to a plaster cast on René van der Kerkhof's wrist, despite the fact that he'd worn it
locally to make a little war and to make us nervous. But over there, then I asked the coach what we should do, and he said, okay, we walk off the field, and if it is not possible, we don't play the game. But it started already there to try to intimidate the players and the whole atmosphere.
Ardiles. Okay. Kempes! 1-0. Number 9, Hahn. Van der Kerkhoff. There, it's there, they've equalised. Nanninga. Oh, that's front forward. Awkward 50-50, hit the post. Rensenbrink couldn't believe his luck.
We were behind 1-0 and 50 minutes to go, Nanninga hit a beautiful header. From that on, I think we dominated Argentina the last 50 minutes, and with 1 minute and a half to go, Rensenbrink hit the post, and also the World Championship, and that was Argentina.
Passarella's kick. Bertoni. Powering through his temper. Oh, Youngwood saved it, and it's gone in! Bertoni, Kempes. Bertoni!
1978 ended in triumph for Argentina. 1998 may do too. But if Daniel Passarella is to win the World Cup again, this time as Argentina's coach, his side will have to beat the Dutch today, this time on neutral ground.
Well, the first thing to tell you is that the temperature here is 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius, with 45% humidity. It's the last of the afternoon games, and it's going to be very demanding on the players. Before you think that will necessarily favour the South American side, I should tell you that their starting line-up, 8 of their team play in Italy and the other 3 in Spain. We have a sea of orange and a sea of blue and white. Still portraits of Maradona, and he's now working for Argentine television. And thinking back on those memories of 20 years ago, what odds would you have got? The Dutch then, when Neeskens here played, had twins René and Willy van der Kerkhoff. The Dutch here now have twins, the De Boer brothers. VIPs here, including the Argentine ambassador and the first secretary to the Sports Ministry of the Netherlands. To see the two sets of supporters intermingling. It's the Argentines who walk down the orange line. It's interesting to see the expressions. Some go through the motions, some do seem to be had one change forced upon them and made one of tactical choice. Mark Overmars is unfit with a hamstring injury. Patrick Kluivert comes back. Cocu will play on the left. And in midfield, Jonk is preferred to Seedorf. And while we look at slow motions in the crowd, that's the Argentine side showing one change from the team which started against England. Sensini, Roberto Sensini, who played in 90 and 94, has recovered from his thigh strain and replaces. This match is refereeing his 6th game in the World Cup finals. Artur Bricio Carter of Mexico. Chelsea supporters won't need the player on the left there to be identified, Ed de Huy, and there's Arsenal's Mark Overmars. Hoped he would be ready, but not to be. Argentina being a little more, but not in the coaches. Daniel Passarella, who tries to be the latest to captain and coach his country to win the World Cup. There they are, Neeskens and Dennis Bergkamp will miss the crosses of Overmars, but he'll be happy that he's playing just behind Kluivert. Batistuta, leading goal scorer in the competition. Zanetti to Veron. Kluivert's first touch. Scored the all-important goal against Yugoslavia, his first for his country. Davikin actually did, but the assistant ref could lean in, and Lopez finds the verdict given again.
Left-footed player starts on the left-hand side. He makes these little runs across the line. He's going to be an important player today.
It's the 6th of 7 games played here in Marseille. And the crowds who have come here to the oldest city in France to watch their football have been well served. They saw the French get off to arouse. Ayala plays it forward. With a couple of good forward runs. That's well covered by Newman. Sensini did really well. Ortega. brisk opening on a warm afternoon. Those on the near side in the shadow will appreciate it, I'm sure.
But there is quite a strong breeze behind the Argentine side, from left to right. But there's going to be times this afternoon when they're going to have to slow the pace of the game down. Both teams have the ability to pass the ball well and get width well, but there will be passages of play which are slower.
You might argue, David, it's a side which suddenly changes the pace the better, who will come through to the semi-finals. This is Wim Jonk. Catherine van der Sar hasn't crossbar saved him. Ronald de Boer, good running by Reisiger, but comfortably matched by Chamot on that side. Stamp and Batistuta. Davids. Jonk looks for the return, gets it. Kluivert. His first appearance since being sent off in their opening game. Here's Bergkamp, is casually given away. Kluivert, good challenge. Cuckoo, instant shot. Jonk hit the post. Kluivert. Argentina all over the place, but they survive. The Dutch unlucky. The goal shook from Wim Jonk, but the ball would not go in. Cuckoo did really well. It was deflected off an Argentine, straight to Jonk. Look at the shudder.
It was a good opportunity because the goalkeeper was caught surprised.
Nice little flick on by Ronald de Boer.
Enterprising play. Break for Holland. It would have been even luckier if Wim Jonk could have secured it into the rigging.
Stamp. Massed ranks of orange behind Van der Sar, stretching up into the sky, it would seem. It's a wonderful setting, this. Impression is that the stadium is hewn out of the mountains. Simeone, not the most favourite player in England. Sensini. Frank de Boer, Ronald de Boer. Newman, too short, Cuckoo had gone away. Zanetti after a brief halt. Simeone, Veron, offside flag, goes up rather late and rather tentatively. Free kick. He was looking for it in the end, but that's going to be one of the contests. Ortega against Davids.
Yeah, it is indeed. Real clever ball skill players.
Davids. Lopez. Ronald de Boer. Chamot has followed Kluivert. Frank de Boer. Cuckoo. Through a posse of four. Just a little bit short from Bergkamp. Well played by Sensini. Ortega. Stamp. Sure would like to give a reassuring performance both for his...
Particularly in the Dutch press, they feel he's made one or two vital mistakes. He is a massively strong player and we've seen that he has some pace. I was told before...
Useful, Lopez. His run was matched by that of Frank de Boer. Kluivert not seeing the intention. Won by Ortega, that's the goalkeepers.
Argentina just a little bit nippier in the middle of the park at the moment, where you have Veron winning the challenges and Ortega and Zanetti, very good workers as well as skillful. Argentina also playing with a 3 centre-back system, Sensini, Ayala and Chamot. Frank de Boer as the centre-backs. And for Holland, it seems to me as though Cocu is going to play wide, and as a replacement for Overmars, he'll play probably slightly deeper. Kluivert is a very orthodox centre-forward, with Bergkamp dropping off a little bit.
This is Ortega. And the free kick is given against Stump, who is shown the yellow card, which he can't quite believe. Well, tried to get to the ball and made ankle first.
With events of the last few days, it's going to be so important that both sides try and keep 10 outfielders on the pitch today. In these conditions, a man short would be absolutely vital.
Said at the start, it's the 6th time this referee has refereed a World Cup Finals match. 5 times he's sent a man off. That shot by Batistuta is blocked by Davids. Stum, quite what he intended, he was put under pressure by Batistuta. It's a foul by Lopez. Ronald de Boer. Good block by Sensini. He's following Bergkamp. That's a good piece of play. Nice little return. Kluivert! Lovely play by Holland. Ronald de Boer, Bergkamp, and Patrick Kluivert makes his first impression at the highest level. 11 minutes and 34 seconds. Holland's 10th goal of World Cup '98.
What a superb angled pass here by Ronald de Boer, and Kluivert's nous. He knew that Bergkamp was going to put it into the space, and there he was, casually lifting it past the goalkeeper. Pressure, putting the Dutch in a fantastic opening start.
Doing what their coach, Ruud Hiddink, said was important. Said it would be much the best for the team that gets control of things in the first period. Here's Ronald de Boer, Kluivert, Wim Jonk, Bergkamp had Sensini and the ball at the same time. Veron. Campeones is the early cry from the Dutch support. Here's Ortega being given a Rumen. Stump. Ayala. Lopez. Ball was out.
And that was a good decision by the linesman. Lopez was right on top of him. Passarello will be reminding his players to keep calm, it's early.
Behind for the second time, of course they were 2-1 behind to England. The only other side to score against them. Going through the group matches without conceding a goal. Sensini. Easy for Newman. Bergkamp. Free kick. Challenge from Almeida, adjudged a foul. He clearly doesn't agree, and that seemed to be quite a sharp look at Dennis Bergkamp. Jonk. Still one of 4 players now of Holland who've been on the pitch for every second so far. Habermas was in the group, but misses this one. If you've joined us late, he's out because of a hamstring injury. Oh, Ortega. Newman invited to get up. Free kick given. But the Mexican referee seems to be content with that.
Well, Ortega nipped in when Newman